What's going on there, everyone? Well, we've been seeing instances like these popping up all over the country now, and it is awesome. It's not only awesome for the conservatives who this is boosting a little bit, in the public eye. It's awesome for the country as a whole. It shows that there are people that are willing to not care about the nasty side of politics and are just going to go in and start trying to do things to make a change in these communities in which their local politicians have forgot. It's a good thing, people. It's always a good thing when stuff like this is happening. But let's get into the story. Stop talking, start doing. Conservative who organized mass cleanup in Baltimore takes on Los Angeles. It's pretty impressive. A conservative activist, Scott Pressler, who the mainstream media, when he cleaned up Baltimore, referred to him as a white right-wing extremist, an openly gay conservative Trump supporter. But they wanted to label him as a right-wing extremist. It was pretty ridiculous. Organized a street cleanup at a homeless camp in Los Angeles on Saturday and estimated that he and his team cleared about 50 tons of trash from the area, which, if you've seen pictures of anywhere, any big city in California, it's not hard to believe that they could have picked up 50 tons of trash in any location. That seems completely feasible considering there's mounds of trash in certain places. Pressler, who has organized cleanups across the country in Baltimore, Los Angeles, Newark, New Jersey, and my home area, Virginia Beach, Virginia. He's also planning to organize more cleanups in Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and Detroit in coming months. If people are feeling inspired, don't just tweet and Facebook, Pressler told the Daily Caller News Foundation. Stop talking and start doing. Awesome. I gotta say, I love this guy, man. He's This is how you become an activist. This is what you do when you're an activist. You actually be proactive. You have all these activists everywhere. We saw all these millions of climate change activists come out. But what were they doing? They were standing around doing nothing, waving signs, creating trash, and this, that, and the other. Why didn't they all just go out and plant a tree? That would have spoke way more volumes if you would have just went out and planted a tree or went out and cleaned something up. Clean up a river. Something. Don't just talk about it, be about it. Truly. The pro-Trump activist said he got the group of about 200 volunteers together in Los Angeles by using Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to get his message out and encourage people to sign up for his 9-hour cleaning haul. His team was equipped with hazmat suits, many of which were donated, as well as masks to cover their mouths, heavy-duty gloves, and safety instructions to avoid being exposed to life-threatening diseases, including typhus, typhoid fever, and flesh-eating bacteria. Yeah, and there's a lot more diseases on that list in a modern American city. Doesn't make any sense. LA is completely different than Baltimore, Pressler said. How crazy is it that it's 2019, not the Stone Age, and we are having to worry about these kind of diseases? Very true. He added that the CEO of Christian homeless shelter in Los Angeles called Union Rescue Mission, Reverend Andy Bales, inspired him to take such protective measures after reading Bales' story about how he lost his leg to an infection after he stepped into human waste while helping the homeless community members on Skid Row. And that guy's still out there. He's still out there doing whatever he can. One leg, walking around telling stories to the homeless about why they need to help keep clean too. The man lost his leg trying to help them because of their waste. That's kind of sad, but he still does it, so God bless him. Pressler and his team measured the trash by filling up 3 10 to 12 ton dumpsters, and the dumpsters were overflowing. And those were just the 3 that we filled, plus other trash bins. In total, he said the amount of trash collected probably came to over 50 tons, but 50 even seemed like an accurate estimate. And the hard work has a lasting impact, Pressler recalled a woman living in the homeless camp he was cleaning in Los Angeles who thanked him for keeping his promise to clean up the area. See, this is the type of activism that actually affects people. They see the positivity in it, and it really does blow people's minds to see people doing this, especially nowadays. We've seemed to really grow away from each other in the era of internet technology, cell phone technology, this, that, and the other. We're very impersonal nowadays. I think that's mainly like the biggest issue in America when it comes to talking to each other, and everyone always disagrees and everyone's outraged just because we don't actually talk to human beings anymore. We talk to our devices, which is probably horrible for our mental health. Humans need each other. Humans have always been, tribalistic, for a lack of a better term. We need other people around us. We need to talk to other people. It does something for us mentally that we need to have. This woman who was living in the homeless camp was wearing a beautiful black and white dress, and I told her she looked beautiful in it. And we just started up a conversation, Pressler said. After a bit of talking, she said, "I want to thank you for keeping your promise. So many people make these promises, and they don't keep them." God bless them. Pressler also pointed to his time in Baltimore as an example of the long-lasting impact of his work. After his first volunteer cleanup, the city Trump called a disgusting rodent-infested mess, Pressler went back a week later for his second cleanup and noticed that the area he and his volunteers hit about a month prior was still clean with very little debris. Yeah, sometimes these people just need a helping hand to help lift them up. You can see that a lot. If you go and just give people a helping hand, these people, they got so much they're worried about, That trash pile's a problem, yes. They don't like it. They don't like walking past it every day. But they just, sometimes these people have so much on their plate already. So to come in and give them a helping hand will boost them in such a way, orders of magnitude. I mean, it's incredible. He recalled another woman he'd met living in the area, an 81-year-old standing at just 4 feet 10 inches compared to his 6'5", whom he made the promise to after his first Baltimore cleanup to come back again. When Pressler came back a second time, keeping his promise, he wrote that the same woman had a handwritten thank you note and planted flowers in her garden. Besides the fact we planted bulbs for her, which will grow year after year, and the next time we go to Baltimore, it will be her birthday, he said. Homelessness number in Los Angeles County increased from 12% in 2018, or from 2018 to 2019, with an estimated total of 58,936 people, 44,214 of which are unsheltered, according to the 2019 report by the Los Angeles Homeless Service Authority. Anyone interested in helping Pressler clean up America's city can sign up as a volunteer on his website. You know what? I think I might do that today. I think I might actually do that. But, yeah. Awesome. I have nothing bad to say. I'm not going to say anything negative because I just want to highlight the positivity of not only getting the trash out of there, but this will improve people's lives, Just seeing people out there cleaning can flip that switch in someone's head and say, you know what? Instead of being part of the problem, I want to be part of the solution. And even climate change activists, this is what you should be doing. This is what you should be doing. And like I said, instead of sitting out there and just being in a crowd of people with little picket signs, screaming about stuff you don't fully understand or know about, you're just screaming lines that you've heard on the media or whatever from other activists. Get out there and make a difference. Clean up. Be proactive, Eliminate waste. Think about the environmental impact these people just had. Think about that. Instead of all this stuff getting rained on and all that pollution and what other ungodly things these people cleaned up, Now, when it rains, that stuff's not going to be going into the sewers, and it's not going to be going into the drainage. It's not going to be being put into the ocean. They did a very big thing, not only for the community, the local community there, they did a big thing for the environment. You know? Go ahead and put yourself on a hazmat suit, some mask, and some gloves, and get out there and start making a true difference instead of just talking about it. This guy's doing it, and he's a conservative. You know, the people that everyone claims are such bad people? Not at all. That's just what you've heard from the media and a bunch of other ignorance. We're all practically the same. While we may have different opinions on things, doesn't mean we're not the same. We just hold different opinions on certain matters. But we can all do something, and this is a good start, especially for our country as a whole. It helps disadvantaged people, and it helps everybody else, just because you get a renewed sense of camaraderie, and a new sense of community when people actually get out together and clean up. Amazing guy, and yeah, it's just awesome situation. I'd love to hear your comments, and as always, like, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the flip side.